Hi everyone, Luna Gamer Alex here, and this is YosUki and Games. And I'm alone in my game room. I live stream every single one of my gaming sessions since 2010, and I have been saving them to my YouTube channel. I do this to allow me to take a glimpse back at all of my gaming adventures, sort of a detailed observations of my life as a gamer. The session is starting now, and I thank you for watching. I already read that. These are just people's houses.
Ectoplasm. Wait. Nope. Just tarot excrement.
What? Something excrement?
Heavens. Auntie, you scared the living daylights out of me. Shouldn't sneak up on a man like that. Good way to earn a bullet betwixt the eyes.
Was that sneaking, or you were just situationally unaware?
Could be a little of both, I'll grant you. I've been so wrapped up in my business, I'd barely notice a ship dropping out of the sky if it didn't land on me. Guess I should apologize for all that hullabaloo before. Just mistook you for another unfleshly manifestation.
I was just gonna say unfleshly manifestation.
Look, I know how it sounds, like I'm a few crabbles short of a hurt, but just hear me out. It all started the other night. Saw a personage leaving the greenhouse, late. Figured it for Emily, but when I asked her about it, she didn't know what I was talking about. Happened again the next night. Gave chase that time, but lost them hereabouts. I turned a corner and they'd up and vanished.
Probably whoever it is just didn't want to get caught. Protectorate holdouts, maybe?
Or maybe this entity only had the strength to manifest but briefly on this mortal coil. Communication would have proven too difficult for a being of pure information.
Is he high or something? Did you say being of pure information?
Well, maybe. I still don't know all the particulars yet. But it's one theory.
Nothing of the mind survives the body. We're just temporarily self-aware meat.
Yeah, we're all molecular machines and whatnot. I'm familiar with the 6 pillars of scientism. Guess I figured that was more open to interpretation. No.
I'll look around, see if I can turn up anything.
I certainly won't say no to having a fresh set of lamps on the scene. Just be careful. Hate to see you disappeared like that foodstuffs.
Is this Sentinel or Lawrence? Contingencies. I confess, I did not think a cellar would be of much use when I first moved into this house. Imagining a natural disaster or some unlawful uprising occurring in Fairfield, of all places, seemed absurd. Now we are at war, and I have even heard it rumored that the invaders will attack Paradise Island should the worst come to pass. My resolve will not waver. I will, of course, answer duty's call and repel these fiends by any means necessary. But having somewhere safe to fall back to could prove valuable. Administrative code. Twice this week I've input the wrong code and locked myself out of the terminal. If this happens a third time, I suspect I will be recommended for mental refreshment due to insufficient recollection. I shouldn't have eaten those cookies. Given how scattered I felt, maybe that would be for the best. I keep waiting for the Sovereign to call me up to combat the invaders, but no, I have orders to remain here in Fairfield. No matter, I must remain diligent. Perhaps I'll write the code down and pin it to the refrigerator or some such, until I properly memorize it. It is not as though I entertain visitors. Looks the way terminal administrator's code has been written onto this scrap of paper. Now this is Officer Warren. There's a cellar outside.
I suppose it was only a matter of time until we were discovered. But what an odd thing to die for. Apples.
What? Who is she? Apples? What are you talking about?
Is that not why you've come? Because you discovered our recent larceny at the greenhouse?
That must have been you, Warren, spotted leaving the greenhouse then.
The greenhouse's stolen bounty offered a healthy alternative to gorging ourselves on that vending machine poison. Alas, I was spotted on 1 or 2 forays.
Maybe you should have left instead of sticking around to starve.
Starving? Hardly. We have greater stores of strength than you suppose. This hunger is a momentary distraction, nothing more.
It's not a matter of strength, but a simple biology.
Do not speak of biology to me, interloper. We are not the same. I am built in accordance with the paradigm. And you are insubstantial, weakened under the burden of choice.
Oh, please. Strong downwash could blow all of you away.
If you are conniving for some concession of weakness, you will be a long time waiting.
Thought I saw you disappear in here.
Hey.
Oh. Seems I've stumbled into quite the shindig. You lot been hiding out in here all this time? Touch cramped, ain't it?
It's kind of cute. So much for your fancy theories.
You've got me there. Nothing enigmatical about a trio of Protectorate stowaways.
The more I listen to invaders blathering, the more convinced I become of the need to rid our fair island of your wretched stupidity by any means necessary.
Not very copacetic, are you folks?
If this exchange is not to your liking, I can accommodate you with a bullet instead.
You really are all brainwashed, aren't you?
Spare me your insults. They mean less than nothing coming from the mouth of a corporate pet.
I'm guessing that means you also wouldn't consider joining Auntie's Choice?
I would sever my own hands at the wrist rather than sign a corporate contract.
I'll take that as a no. Would you accept being prisoned as a war then?
A generous offer. But we prefer to die in the service of the sovereign.
Clearly, which is why you're cowering in here rather than confronting the enemy head on.
I will admit, dying like a cornered sprat is not the righteous future the Order predicted for me as a child. But what other option is there? Failure is disallowed. Surrender is treason.
I can bring you in cold or alive. The choice is yours.
Can a decision made under duress really be considered a choice? Don't answer that. Very well. With so many invaders yet to slay, I would be remiss to relinquish our lives in such an unworthy duel. We surrender. For now.
It was some slick talking. Can't believe you got them to surrender without firing a shot. I thought for sure we'd have to blast our way out of here. Guess I had this mystery all wrong. Small part of me was hoping... Nah, never mind. It's downright foolish.
I won't judge you. Tell me.
I lost a friend in the invasion. A good friend. Thought maybe all this was her trying to send me a message of some kind. Like I said, foolish.
Not at all. It's difficult to lose people you care about. We all grieve differently.
I appreciate that. Never really talked about the direction of my thoughts on this topic with no one before. Wow, it's like I'm lighter. Thank you for everything. Truly.
This is but a momentary setback.
Haven't you done enough harm? Spare me your falsities. What more could you want from us?
Emmeline will be pleased not to have to worry about her fruits and such going missing anymore.
Don't break me down. I'm trying to
You know, I'm really starting to feel hopeful about settling here in Fairfield.
Why settle when you can thrive?
Sure. How do I do that?
I'm not really sure. It's just a slogan I hear on the wireless a lot. Why settle when you can thrive? Just say it. Feels right. Hello and goodbye.
Is everything supposed to be so sweet?
This looks like the garden of that first game. Do they reuse assets?
I'm simply not credulous enough to accept this is where I've ended up. Doing the work of at least 3 lackeys. For a full half-dozen automechs. All by my lonesome. I'd welcome you, would-be consumer, but we are not a retail operation. Please visit the various consumer locations around Fairfield for all your purchasing needs. I have far too many claims on my time to be able to cater to the curious at the moment.
This looks like a lot of work. Is it just you in here?
I was meant to have help, but they lacked the barest amount of gray matter it takes to keep from getting locked up by excessive corporate malfeasance. So, I'm on my own here. Breaking my back, trying to buttress all these vines on top of all my other jobs. Ah, the bits I wouldn't pay for some of those mechs the Protectorate used to work this place. So, is there anything else, or can I get back to work?
Wow. I guess I need observation. Observation 3. Just curious, what's all this for?
Quite the setup, ain't it? Before we took Fairfield, Auntie's Choice didn't have anything like this. Every kind of plant we've got was made to thrive in a chemical vat. But the Protectorate grows all their grains the old-fashioned way, with water and soil and actual fertilizer. I can't decide if it's adorably quaint or just plain daft. Then again, they all only have one job, so they have the time to indulge in all those sorts of archaic whimsies. Damn lucky Crabble copulators.
Then what do you use it for?
Research mostly. Some wholesale. And as the base for some small batch, highly exclusive, limited edition retail runs. Though I expect word any day that the big brains in R&D will have tweaked and twisted these plants so they're better than nature. Then we push the new product on the market. And my contract says I get 0.0003427% of net after development, testing, packaging, advertising, and distribution costs. So you know, this is a pretty big deal for me. Well, I've got a lot left to do and not much time left to do it in, so you can show yourself out.
Thing people are always going on about. Does it really improve your life?
That guard wasn't being ironical about the giant hologram over town hall. Well, guess we ought to go acquaint ourselves with that minister like she said.
Right?
Note to self, genius as all the following ideas may be, they could use some fine-tuning. Outreach programs for the health and happiness of Arcadia. Auntie's Choice sponsored amateur tossball league. Capitalism 101. Introduction to Auntie's Choice and how you can climb the corporate ladder. Slogans for the attention and brand allegiance of Arcadia. Why trust the paradigm when your life could be sublime? Has the Protectorate forsaken you? Fear not, for Auntie knows just what to do. Suitable secondary titles in honor of your hard-won accomplishments, you dashing devil, you executive of eloquence, administrative assimilation, proprietor of panache. Other contemplations. It is true that persuasion has been pushed aside in favor of battles and bloodshed. I hope to law this is not the case. Oh, but my age is catching up to me with me, and I know now that my words fall on deaf ears as if I am but a doddering old fool. I know the eyes of Auntie, and indeed of everyone else in town, are upon me now, so if I am to show my methods are sound, I must make my move now. I mustn't fail. To Dr. Ethel Tinsley. My dear Miss Tinsley, it is regrettable that you're harboring these thoughts. Given time, you'll most certainly make yourself useful to Auntie's Choice. If all else fails, simply find a mirror and gaze at your own magnificence. I'm sure you'll find the feelings of inadequacy melt away. It works for me every time. Although, should these feelings stem from any lingering protectorate connections, I may be able to be of use. Do you, perchance, still possess any yet year-saying compatriots reluctant to fully give yourself to Auntie? If so, do you tell your favorite minister so he might help you help yourself? Your friend, D.B. Play stupid games. I've begun my work here, including taking over my predecessor's overseer role at the greenhouse. Unfortunately, it seems the Fairfield situation is even worse than we feared. That buffoon Caldwell apparently felt receiving our inventory as aerial drafts was just too much effort, so he was having the pilots set their asses down at the old protectorate landing pad, after which he'd moved the goods in the middle of the day, apparently expecting that everyone would just ignore their little shenanigans, no matter how much of a ruckus they caused. I considered paying a visit to Caldwell's cell in the old constable office, so as to ask him why he could possibly be that hull-headed, but there's no answer he'd possibly give that justified the risk of associating in public. Fully determined to deterministically fail. To be certain, we knew rushing unsalted agents into position was risky, but there was so much profit to be made on this damnable moon that we just had to try. Still, never in our wildest did we conjure these clods burying themselves in crabble crab this deep. In addition to the obvious smuggling, they've been run up on dozens of related crimes, including market disruption, unconscionable shrinkage, and anti-monopolistic pricing. Still, at least they're all accounted for. Unfortunately, some of the charges against them seem a bit weak, and if they get loose, I'll have twice the work getting the operation back on track. But give it no mind. I've shipped a plan I think will solve it. All in my next move, Emmeline. I finished gathering all the internal information of our troublemakers, gift-wrapped a lot of it, and left it atop the local compliance adjuster's terminal. Given the incredible financial windfall this case now offers him, I expect he'll aim to deliver our former associates to the undisputed claim as soon as humanly possible. Give me a week or two after he leaves to finish cleaning up, and we'll be ready to get our market back to work.
them defectors if they miss anything about Protectorate life.
10 bits, they said community.
Yep, community. They say these rifts are like disturbances in reality. Well, consider me disturbed.
Handle your wares elsewhere.
This Moonian character of yours, is he some kind of off-world deity?
No, just sort of a mascot.
So, is it anti your undying and unquestionable?
If you're not a go-getter, then go away.
Welcome, welcome. See anything you like? Well, if it isn't a new face in Fairfield. What I meant to say is that we now have the new improved Purple Berry Crunch. Now with 10% more flavor. Or was it crunch?
Yep, Pitch could use a little word, but thanks for the welcome.
Of course. Though I must also apologize for my inappropriate courtesy a moment ago. You're here for delectable discountables, not my pointless observations. Anyway, let's try this again. Welcome to More Perfect Goods, a proud Auntie's Choice franchise. How can I improve your day?
You have some expensive stuff laying around.
Thanks for noticing. All part of the presentation, of course. Think success, present success, be success.
You hear gnawing from the back room? Bet it's Sprats.
Sprats again. Must be after the crunch. Please wait here. This'll just take a moment.
So you can steal.
No sign of them Sprats, thank law. Coming back out. Be there in a moment. How can I improve your day the Auntie's way?
You've been running the store long?
I've been working the store going on a few weeks now. Got promoted shortly after Auntie's Choice liberated Fairfield. Still finding my stride with all the marketing suavities, as you witnessed. Advertising's been a right struggle to get a hold of, much to my chagrin.
How'd you end up in charge of the store?
Took Auntie's aptitude and attitude test, like everyone else in town. Scored high in personability, and something called numerical dexterity. Think it means I count good. Now here I am, manager of the best little discount house in all of Paradise Island. Still boggles the gray matter.
Surprised a manager would leave such expensive merchandise out in the open.
It'd be a mite tricky for anyone to swipe something when I'm standing right here. Nothing gets past these peepers. I'm sure you'll find something that'll fit your liking.
Is it me, or has my ankle been squeaking? You can hear it too, right? Must be the damn rotator again. Anyway, need something, Commander?
How can I improve your day the Auntie's way? Sure thing. Exit encouragement. Hold on, that's not right. Just a moment, I'll remember. When you want better than the best, think more perfect goods. Say, I think I'm getting a handle on this. Top rungers, here I come.
Banter elsewhere.
There's her name, Augustine DeVries. Dear Father, Mother, Guardian name. Notification of death. I regret to inform you that your son, daughter, child, employee rank, first name, last name, was killed in action at location on date. I know the sorrow that this message brings you, but no, soldier rank, last name, was a valuable Auntie's Choice asset, and that their contribution to the war effort on Eden will not be forgotten. Sincerely yours, Babylon Core. Oops, there is a quick save.
Yet you see fit to keep me in a constant state of consternation. With each unauthorized act, you jeopardize our hold of Fairfield.
Yes, but you must understand, the Protectorate citizenry is a hair's breadth from defection. Within the week, I'm certain.
Certain? Like the week prior and the week before that. Impressive foresight you wield. Should apply to join the Order of the Ascendant.
It would be difficult enough to convert the stubborn populace without your soldiers' constant, ill-advised forays.
Enough! Your yipping reminds me of my two old canids. I loved those canids. You, on the other hand, are trying my patience. We don't want to try Auntie's patience, do we?
No, Auntie.
Yes, I thought not. Now, unless you care to see what life in the lower rungs looks like, you will both of you cease your foolish maneuvering immediately. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, Auntie.
Good. See that it is done. I will brook no more disappointments. And while you're at it, you might want to look into your security situation, Commander. I'm not accustomed to an audience when addressing my subordinates.
Who in the void? Eavesdropping on Auntie's choice business is like to get a body shot for spine. Though you're not wanting for moxie, I'll give you that.
Now hold a moment, Car. An opportunity comes visiting. Perhaps it's better not to riddle it full of holes. Our new compatriot may be of assistance.
A surprisingly good point, especially from you. She only forbade us using our own personnel. Be a whole other matter were a stranger to happen to aid one of us. But which? Well, you seem an observant sort, so I expect you'll tire of Milver Street's bluster soon enough. Come see me before agreeing to whatever absurdity he proposes. Unlike him, I have some work actually befitting your time. I'll be waiting.
Alone at last. I never thought you'd leave. Now then, allow me to introduce myself. I am D.B. Milver Street, Minister of Marketing, Duke of Demographics, Commercial Condottiere, President of Promotional Material. Tell me, do you believe in signs?
Believe in righteous justice, especially anti-corporate justice. Let's say you do that.
I say, anyone can be an ally, even a supposed enemy. All you need is the right combination of motivators. I do not believe in signs. I believe in opportunities. Right now, at this moment, you and I have an opportunity to save countless lives. But I'm hardly the type to beg and ask for nothing in return. Tell me, what do you desire of this island?
Who says I desire anything? Just passing through.
Tisk tisk. I appreciate your devotion to remaining mum, but I simply cannot work with a freelancer who I do not intimately understand.
Need to get into the box relay.
Ambitious, aren't we? Easily the best protected location on Paradise Island. Hardly a place for a stroll. But if you assist me, I promise to get you inside. Better yet, helping me shall result in our saving dozens, no, hundreds of lives. Your conscience shall be renewed.
Nice sales pitch.
You can't blame a body for wanting to practice, can you? Fine. I'll give it to you straight then. Auntie may demand Carr and I do nothing. But for each moment I remain inactive, dozens fall in meaningless combat. I seek a persuasive method of alleviating this conflict. The Protectorate utilizes a procedure known as mental refreshment to ease the temperament of wayward subjects. The Ministry of Accuracy contains vital information about the process and where it is performed. This is the prize I seek. I previously sent a grafted soldier, Trooper Ceylon, to retrieve said information, but I have not heard from her in some time. Consequently, I must presume the worst.
What's a graphic soldier?
Grafted soldiers were the subjects of the Enhanced Soldier Program, so named as its intent was to utilize nature to enhance a soldier's natural talents. Unfortunately, the program resulted in many casualties, and what few successes we had were literally short-lived.
You must not have much faith in your troops if you're sending me after one.
I may be a motivator of persons, but I'm also something of a realist. Our grafted soldiers are capable at their apex, but many degrade before accomplishing themselves. I chose Trooper Silong to grant her the opportunity to be of use, but the grafting program was shuttered with good reason. Best to be thorough.
So go to the ministry and retrieve the info. Anything else?
Yes. One additional word of warning. The good Commander Carr shall not take kindly to your working with me, though that is a bridge most worth burning in my estimate.
I prefer diplomacy and subterfuge to frontal assaults. I'd rather work with you. No, good point. I'll be back.
Greetings again. You have my undivided attention. What's on your mind?
I'm looking for someone. Do you know the name Augustine de Vries?
I have some faint recollections of the fuzz beneath my hat. Perhaps I saw such a name amidst my perusal of the Protectorate domicile assignment records. The record room is in this building. You have my permission to peruse at your leisure.
I like that even though you've solved it or you've found the information, if you pursue the conversation, you get additional XP.
Watch out for that Auntie Cleo. I know she don't look it, but she's more dangerous than she seems. Even the whole of Spears' choice could not maneuver her.
You there. Still got work if you're looking.
Oh, she's over here. Okay. Well, I'll talk to you when I come back. Thank you so much for watching. Please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell. I truly appreciate it. Happy gaming!